Hello, YouTube. Today, I would like to talk about how soft society has become, especially in America. And what I mean by that is that Americans have become overly offended, overly sensitive about certain topics, certain groups. I remember a time when you could be funny and offend people, but people wouldn't take it personally. You know? I mean, you could joke about stuff and people would actually laugh and not be like, "Oh, you shouldn't have said that. You could offend people." Yeah. It's pretty bad. Can't really say anything without offending someone nowadays. People jump down your throat. You know, if you say the wrong thing, they'll get offended. Which is sad. It really is. I remember one time I was a part of this group on Facebook, and I wanted to share a skit that I did in this group. And the moderators or whatever said that my skit was offensive. I mean, it was just a skit. It was meant to get laughs. And it wasn't offending anybody in the group that I know of. The funny thing was, the skit featured a deaf character. And the character couldn't understand what the other person was saying. That was the joke. But people in the group thought it would be offensive. And the irony of it all is that the person that was in the skit, not the deaf person, but the other person in the skit, was 80% deaf. And the person didn't have any problem or take any offense on doing the skit with me. So, I mean, it just seems like a lot of people get offended by other people. You know? If you know what I mean. Like they're offended for those type of people. You know? It's like, I'm not deaf, but I'm offended for them. You know? It's a sad world we live in nowadays. I mean, I don't even know how comedians can even work anymore. Because offensive humor is a type of humor. I mean, the best comics were offensive. I mean, my favorite comic, George Carlin, he was highly offensive, but he was hilarious. And he never offended me. He never offended me. It just seems nowadays people are just easily offended. And that's what makes a soft society. I mean, stop it. Stop being offended. You know, people take things too seriously in this society. I mean, you can't even voice your opinion nowadays without someone being like, oh, you shouldn't have said that. Oh, you shouldn't think that way. It's like, seriously? I mean, what happened? What happened? This isn't the society I grew up in. I mean, I grew up in the 90s. It was a highly offensive time. You know? And I love the 90s. I mean, I watch a lot of stuff from the 90s. And nowadays, you can't even watch some of those shows because they were offensive. Or those movies, they were too offensive. It's like, come on, people. Lighten up. Stop taking yourself too seriously. And just laugh. Laugh at yourself. I mean, it helps to laugh at yourself once in a while. It just reminds me of that the episode of SpongeBob, Squirrel Jokes. You know? I mean, Sandy is basically society. You know? Nowadays. Where the squirrel gets overly offended and everything, and, you know. Yeah. That's what society has turned to. It's a sad world we're living in. I mean, I wish we could turn back the clock to a simpler time where not people are overly sensitive and overly offended by every little thing. I mean, we are creating a soft nation and a soft society. I don't like the direction we're moving in at all. It's sad. It's really fucking sad, man. But anyway, I will end this video now before I offend any more people. But anyways, if you hated this video, give me a thumbs down. Or if you agreed with me, you know, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you have any comments, leave them down below. Yeah, sad world we live in. Well, see you next time, YouTube.